Welcome guys to my YouTube channel, and again I'm always thankful for coming to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and like and leave a comment. Yes, so today we are going to look at introduction to dplyr. This is a package in R which is used mostly to do data manipulations. It is mostly used in data frames. Yes, it is used to do data manipulation. So for those who don't have this package, I suggest you pause the video and you use this function or this syntax of code, this code to download to install this package. So you say install. You see you've been given options. Don't package this first option, and then you type dplyr. Yes, like that, and then you hit. See, you've been given option there. Yes, you put quotation marks and then run. So for my case, I already have the package, so I don't need to reinstall again. So the first thing after installing, now you load. This is how to load library dplyr, and then you run. Right, so we've loaded the library into our system. For this video we are going to be using the inbuilt dataset mtcas. So I know everyone has this one. You just use this function attach and then mtcas, and then you run all together like that. You see, we now have the data, but we don't want everything. We just need the first 5. So we are going to run this function head, the first 5, right? So you've seen our data has how many columns. So you say dim, use this dim, and then mtcas. We don't want to be counting like analog people, so you use dim function, and then you see it has 32 rows and 11 columns, these ones. So for this video, this will be our dataset. We are going to use this one because everyone has it, so we don't need to be giving links so that people download or what. Let us use the available resources. Yes, we've known that there are 11 columns. So the first thing now, when dealing with this package dplyr, this package has functions. Okay, first of all, let us say why do we need this package in R. This package helps us, is used because it is fast, first of all, and it helps us do data manipulation very easily, right? So this package has verbs normally linked to rows or used to do manipulation for rows, and then it has verbs which is used to manipulate columns, right? So you've seen. Then after that, we are going to look at combining now this function using a pipe operator. So now let us first of all deal with, we want to manipulate this data set in terms of rows first, then later we'll come and see the columns. So the first thing here, we are going to see how to filter rows using this filter function, right? I hope everyone is with me up to this point. Again, if you have a question, as you know, go to the comments and raise your question. So the first one, let us see how to filter rows. If you want to filter rows, what are you going to do? So in this dplyr package, the first argument is always the data frame or your data, the data you're using. So we are using mtcas. That is our first argument, and then we use pipe operator. I know most of you have been taught about this operator. I assume most of you have been taught, but if you have not been taught, you can also type in comments so that I organize another video. Yes, empty cars. This is the first argument. The next argument now is this one, filter. We need to look at this function. So we want to filter rows based on this, we want to filter the first 5 rows. So we are going to say, not even filter the first 5, we need to filter based on certain criteria. Let's say we need to filter those which has AM as automatic. You know, we are using cars dataset. These are cars which are automatic, or automatic being 1. You've seen AM is categorical, so it is either 1 or 0. So we need to filter this data whereby the automatic is 1, right? If I'm making sense. If you've not understood, okay. I've noticed the mistake. So whenever you want to equate something, use 2 equal signs, right? Now we have our data frame. So we've manipulated until we have obtained the values we needed, that is which equals 1. Have you understood? So we can still continue and say whereby VS is equals to 1. Copy, and again make an habit of copying column names to avoid typing is equals to 1. So we will narrow down and you'll see the data will reduce. Okay, I've made the same mistake. Is equals to, yes. Now you see we've narrowed down. We have now VS being 1 and AM being 1. See, this one easy as that, very fast and easy. So I hope you've understood. The next now how to manipulate rows is you can either arrange rows. So the same thing. Let me copy on this so that we save time. So only that we change here to be arranged, right? Yes, the best thing about this as today is that it gives you options, so chances of you making mistakes is very low. Now we want to arrange let me still run this head so that we can see how we can arrange. We want to arrange our data based on which columns? Let us arrange based on cylinders. Yes, the number of cylinders the car has. So you say here seal, right? And then you run. Arrange based on cylinders. And now come to cylinders. You will notice that it starts from 4 going downwards to 6, 8. Yes. So Maserati Bora has 8 cylinders. Ford Pantera L has 8 cylinders. And Honda has 4 cylinders. You see, it makes your work even more easy. You can still drill down by also by gears. I don't know why I have this habit of typing. It really wastes a lot of time, and making mistakes is more. So let us run this. You see, we've now arranged according to cylinders and gears. See, gears start with 3, cylinders starts with 4. Have you seen that? I hope everyone has understood that. Next one is slicing. Again, the same thing. You start with empty cars and then slice. You want to slice rows. So again, slicing is used as you've seen. I choose rows using their position using slice. So this slice will only slice a certain part of data frame based on position of that. So if you say slice 5 to 10, it will slice from number 5 The fifth one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will slice from, I think, fiat going downwards to number 10. Let us run so that we see what I'm trying to say. Let me clear here. Oh, what mistake have I made? Okay, let me run so that we see. It start. Oh, okay. It starts when you say 5 to 10. It will not start with from number 5 exactly. It will start from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. So you've seen. If we say start from 4, then it will start from fiat. If you remember, fiat was number 5. No. Let me see. We start from 6. Fiat was number what? Let me still check. Anyway, the point is, I hope you've gotten the point. Slice will slice according to the position of the data, right? Not head. Let me see. Touch them. Let's continue. I hope you've understood. If you've not understood, just raise your hand. So slice will crop data according to their position. Yes, if you say it 5 to 10, it will crop from 5 to number 10. I need you to see this. Empty cast. Let me run this so that we see. And then this is the empty card dataset, right? So we need to slide from number 5. Let me see, so that you not make mistake. Number 5 is Hornet sub. Yes, let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it has started from Hornet sub spot about. Hornet spot about to 10. 10 is marked 280. On 280, so Hornet sub about 6, also in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, it has cropped this, all this. It has cropped all this. You see, that's the work of slice. Now moving on, we go now to columns. And columns, if you want to manipulate columns, you use the function select. Again, the same pattern. You start to, the first argument is your data, right? So you see, and then you use select. Control V. No, I made a mistake. I did not copy this. I did not copy one. And then let me now paste it here. Yeah, like that. So let me delete this. Let me rerun the head so that we know what we are selecting. The head of empty class is that one. Now I want to select which columns. Let me even select the first 3. That is MPG, Control C, Control V, and then comma. Make an habit of copying from here. It will ease your work. Control V, and then this one. I need to select the first 3 columns. See? Now let me run this so that you can see. My codes are a bit close. I know it might confuse you guys. So you've seen, we've selected the first 3 columns. That is MPG, miles per gallon, cylinder, and I don't know what this displacement. Okay, displacement something. I'm not good in cars, so we've done that. But this select also come with its helpers, which makes even more juicy. It makes even more easier to use. Like start with, you can select columns which starts with certain letter, or ends with certain letter, or contains certain letter, right? So let me show you what I'm trying to say. It even makes your work more easier. Suppose you've been told select columns which has R or starts with an R. see all. You don't need to type all the names here. Just say start with, and then since R is a character, you need to specify with quotation marks. So let us see here. We want to select those with what? With A. This one, A like that, and then you run. It's giving us not start. Yes, those which starts with A, as you've seen from our previous one. The only one which starts with an A is automatic, right? This is the only one which starts. Let us change this one with Control Z. Ends with end with. So we want to select columns which ends with T, right? So I've noticed that we have two, that is drat and WT. I don't know what this WT stands for. I had not looked into these variables before coming to this video. So let us run and see. There's an error we've made. See where the error occurred. Select end with. I think this ends with, if I'm not wrong. Let us run. Yeah, we have it. So we have two which ends with T. Two columns which ends with T. Let me rerun my head so that I know what I want to do. So what have we not seen within this helpers? So you've seen starts with, ends with. Even one needs this file, just type just say in comments so that I can share the file. This file that I've used contains. Now let us see how to use contains. You see, this helpers even makes works easier. Containers, we've been given the option there. So we need to, that contains what? This letter. And you'll see it will give us, I think, two columns. Yes, two columns. So gears and QSEC, right? QSEC. So you've seen, guys, that is how to go about select function. Now we want to, suppose you want to add another column, right? Suppose how are you going to do it in R? So the same thing, we start with empty class, and then we use function mutate if you want to add another column to an existing data frame. But if you want to only remain with the column you've created, you use transmute. Let me repeat. If you want to create another column and then add it to your existing data frame, you use mutate. But if you want to create a column and at the end of the day remain with that column alone and discard the rest, you use transmute. For example, let us see this. Do I still have the head? Yes, I still have the head. Okay, let me clear this. I hate when the screen is full and you cannot even see what you are doing. Let me see this. Because we are here. So I need to delete this and bring this to Control V. So we want to add another column using the function mutate. Let me show you guys how to go about it. Mutate, and then look at this column. How are we going to, suppose we've been told we need another column by the name, let's say HP HP dr drat to mean this HP times this one, right? We need to create a column that is a product of these two columns. I hope I'm making sense. So after doing this, let us run so that you see what I'm see. Now this is the column we've created. We've given the name. This is the name. This is its name, right? And then is a product of these two close columns, right? So it will put it here as how to, if you want to add into the existing data frame was this, all of this, but you've added to this. Suppose now you want to only remain with this last column, so you use the function transmute. Let me copy this and then paste it here. It will be, so suppose you want to only only remain with the new column. So what you do, use this transmute transmute, not transmuted, this transmute. Yes, I want you to notice the difference between these two, and I don't know why teachers normally like setting this type of question, because they know you will confuse. See, if you want to only remain with this, you use transmute. Moving on, let us look at how to now summarize data. I want to see how to summarize data. So if you want to summarize data, let's say you want to summarize, let me write the code first so that we can see what we are doing with this function. Now summarize will come here, copy this, summarize, and then paste it here. So you want to summarize, we need to now come up with the, let's say, the mean of we want to summarize. Which column are we going to summarize? Let's say HP is equals to mean function of HP. You see what we've done? HP, and then we don't need to run into errors. So to avoid errors, let us specify this not to remove the missing values, that is, or the nulls, to remove the nulls. So we are instructing our R to remove the missing values so that we don't get the string error, that it cannot do the mean of strings. Let us see what we are going to get. You see, the mean of HP. You can play around with this. How many columns do we have? Does even find the mean of miles per gallon. So this is the name we've been given, miles per gallon 1, and then miles per gallon. We need to find the mean, summarize, find the mean of this mile per gallon and give a name of mile per gallon per hour. This is the name we've assigned, and this is what we are going to find the mean. So see, you see, okay, the mean of miles per gallon is 20.0962. Now that's how to summarize. Now, after looking at all those verbs, let us now see how to combine combine these verbs using this operator. This operator is called pipe operator. Let me write here, pipe operator, and its function is to help us combine these verbs. These verbs help us, this operator helps us combine and come up with a very good analysis. For example, let us always start with this. Your first argument always is your data. Just have that in your mind. And then let's say we want to group by, right? So we want to group by, always when you want to group by, look for a categorical variable. Let's say you can group by if a car is automatic or not, right? After grouping by that, can we still give one variable? This one, vs, 1, 2, 3, vs is another variable. We want to group by these two variables. Now moving on, this is now the pipe operator. We are now combining, you see. Now give another so that it doesn't become too long. It has come down another line. After grouping by that, we now select. We've grouped by and then we've select. So you group that and then select. Let me select how many columns. Let's say display. I hate typing. Let me just copy, Ctrl+C, and then paste it here. Ctrl+V and then comma. Let me copy two more. Let me copy this again. Ctrl+V and comma, and then the last one now. Let me copy this. Ctrl+C. Now next, after now we've grouped by, we've select. Now the last one is to summarize, right? Let us now summarize. See, we've been given suggestions. We need to summarize. Let us give the name what we want to find. The means of what? The means of WT. I just want to show you how to go about combining these verbs using pipe operator. So mean of WT, and then always use this nar.random is false. No, it's true, so that it removes. Then I think now we can run this and see what we are going to get. Adding missing grouping variable am as grouped output by am. Okay, let us remove this. Maybe our R has traveled. Adding missing grouping variables. You've grouped by this, right? And then selected this. Okay. And then we summarize by, I will identify this. Okay. I have known where the problem is. It was what? Before I deleted VS, something like that. Let me see. It was VS, yes. So if we've selected, we've selected this, we need to find the means of this, right? So we are not going to state other variables, right? This is what we've selected. This is the variables we've selected. So our data frame will contain these variables. So we need to find the means of these variables we've selected. I hope I'm making sense. That is, if I am making sense. Let me copy this so that I paste here and then paste here. So we have three variables we've selected. We're going to use, after selecting, then we did summary. I hope you're noticing this. After selecting this variable, we first grouped by and then select and then summarized, because we want to see their means after grouping. So let us see what we are trying to say here. Again, we run to a problem. You can override using the groups argument. What could be the problem? What could be the problem? Has grouped output by AM. You can override using the groups argument. That one. Let me delete one. Maybe this is what is leading us. Let me even delete this. We remain with only two. So that we can see whether we are making sense or not. There's something wrong with this. Group by that one, and then we've selected that one, then we've summarized height, displacement 1. Let me change the names, I see, and then mean of that. Okay. This one. I hope that was the error. That's comma. I hope that was the error we were running into. Ish. What is not happening here? The Piper operator is what? Is what? What could be the issue here? Goodbye display. Adding missing grouping variable AM. Or I think this is the cause of our problem. Let us change so that we can see whether it changes. Why does it say missing variables? Piping operator is okay. Summarize is okay. And then guys, summarize true. I think the problem has to do with our data. The syntax is correct. Maybe the problem comes in whereby we are not getting any result. Adding missing grouping variables vs. So let us go back to our data and look at what we've done. So the head of I had not, okay, and then you see this. So first we've grouped by vs. So let us see whether, let us run this code one by one. To see, Control Z. So let us run them one by one. Control V. We see if we notice where the error is. You see, this is now where our error comes in. Group by VS. See, group by VS. This error comes in this group by. Group by. What if we change to gears? What if we change to gears? Control C. Control V. Let us see whether we are going to groups gear 3. Okay. Select, of course that is right. Summarize that. The problem is this group by. Okay, we can remove them. We can remove this group by. I want you to see the results, so I don't need to take much of your time. Let us remove that. See, this is now what we are trying to say. We're trying to say. Now you've seen. First we selected this and this, and then we summarized. This is now the work of pipe operator to connect two verbs. So we select and then summarize. You've seen. So this is the work of pipe operator. We've connected our data to select. That is, after passing our data, it comes across select, which is now select these two columns. After selecting them, it summarizes. You see, it summarizes and assign the mean of display to display 1 and mean of HP to HP1. You see, it assigns these names, and this is the names we are getting. I hope you've seen what I was trying to say. So it is used to combine verbs or functions, so that you can do more informed analysis, so that we avoid just only doing this, just slicing, doing what. You can be asked to select employees, certain employees with certain amount of salaries, whereby they are males or what. See, this is now where the pipe operator comes in. It joins the verbs. So that is it for this lesson, guys. If you're into this content, please subscribe to my channel and give likes. I know